This is my top 10 video for all the evolutions. That's right, I said 10. And yes, I know how to count. So yes, I wanted to do a top 10 video on evolutions, and I couldn't really find any evolution videos that I liked, so I figured I'd have to make one myself. So here we go. Let's start off with number 10. Eevee. He's the weakest of all the evolutions. His only weakness is really fighting, but his stats are so low. They're the lowest of all the evolutions. I know you're probably wondering why he's on here, and you're probably mad that he's so low if you are a big fan of Eevee, but to be honest, when have you ever just kept an Eevee? When have you never evolved an Eevee before? Have you ever done that? Didn't think so. With a base stat of 325, Eevee is the weakest of all. His stats are mixed up and not really high in any places. It makes it very difficult to fight with him, but if you choose that Eevee is the one you want, I can help you out. I've set up a moveset with the best moves I think would work for Eevee. Double Edge is a really strong move that you can use to take out your enemies. Charm will lower their attack by 2 stages each time you use it. Covet will literally take their item away from them. So any item their Pokemon is holding is now yours. Their leftovers are your leftovers. Their Quick Claw is now your Quick Claw. Even after you take their item once, you can still use the attack over and over again. Substitute, of course, will also be very helpful. It'll keep them away from you long enough for you to lower their attack or take away some of their items. So, yeah. Number 9. Vaporeon. Disliked amongst the community, and not really a fan of mine either. Vaporeon is not the strongest of all the evolutions. He's got the base stat, which all of them kind of have, a 525. He only has 2 weaknesses of Grass and Lightning. I would suggest for a moveset, I'd go with Aurora Beam, Aqua Ring, Muddy Water, and Hydro Pump. Muddy Water and Hydro Pump are both very high special attacks. Aurora Beam's also special attack, it's ice, so it'll help you fight his weakness there, and Aqua Ring will heal you at the end of each round. Number 8. Leafeon. With weaknesses to Flying, Poison, Bug, Fire, and Ice, it leaves this Pokemon very low on the list. Leafeon has a high attack and a high defense, but most of its moves are all special attack related, most of the best ones anyways, so that doesn't really leave you much to work with the attack field. The best moveset I could come up with would be Leaf Blade, Giga Drain, Sunny Day, and Synthesis. Leaf Blade is a physical, hard-hitting attack move compared to special attack. Most of it are special attack, but Leaf Blade is the strongest regular attack stat one I could find. Giga Drain is special attack, but it'll take away their health and give you a little health back. Sunny Day makes it brighter and heats up fire moves, so you gotta be careful of that. You don't know if they have a fire Pokemon, because if they were to switch out a fire Pokemon when you had Sunny Day on your grass Pokemon, would be bad. And Synthesis to give you a little bit of health, and Giga Drain also gives you health, so there you go. Number 7. Flareon. Flareon was a tough decision because I wanted him up higher on this list, but his weakness to water really sets him back. Why does it set him back? Because the most common type out there is water. Seriously. Like, when have you never needed a water Pokemon? Have you ever not had to use Surf in a Pokemon game? Don't think so. But I came up with a good move list for him anyways. I came up with Fire Fang, Fire Spin, Sunny Day, and Fire Blitz. Number 6. Glaceon! I really like Glaceon. I like her design. It's very elegant, very smooth, very cool. But she has a lot of weaknesses. She's weak to fighting, fire, rock, and steel type Pokemon. Her attack stats really low, but her special attack and defense is really high. So you're going to want those special attack moves. I set up a moveset consisting of Ice Fang, Ice Beam, which is special, Blizzard, which is special, and Hail, which is status. Cool thing about Hail, though, is that it turns the entire environment into snowy, and it damages your opponent or anything that's not ice for like the next 5 turns. And it sets up Blizzard, so Blizzard will hit with 100% accuracy every single time. Very useful, and I would suggest it. Number 5. Jolteon. Jolteon was my favorite evolution, actually probably my favorite Pokemon in 1st gen. But this isn't 1st gen. There's been a lot of different changes and a lot of new evolutions, but Jolteon is still very good. He has a great special attack and an even better speed stat. you will have usually the first hit every single time in a fight, and you're going to want to use that to your advantage. I have a good moveset set up for him that I would used to use all the time. So basically what you're going to want to use is you're going to want to use Thundershock or Thunderbolt. Thundershock gives you more PP, but it's not as powerful as Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is way more powerful than Thundershock. Double Team to get your evasiveness up so they can barely hit you, and Thunder Wave to keep them paralyzed. And then use Thunder to do some serious damage. So when you first get in, you're going to want to use Thunder Wave to paralyze them, and then keep using Double Team. Number 4. Espeon. Espeon is one of the best psychic Pokemon there is. It's not the best, but it's one of the best. Psychic types are very strong. They're only really weak to Bug, Ghost, and Dark type Pokemon. Espeon's a really cool Pokemon, one of my favorites. Not my favorite, but it's up there. She has a really high special attack and a really good speed, just like Jolteon. Moveset I would suggest, however, I would suggest Psychic, Psybeam, Psych Up, and Morning Sun. Psychic and Psybeam are both specials that do a lot of damage. Psych Up is really cool because, like I said previously with the Jolteon, where I would raise the evasiveness and then, hit you guys and you wouldn't be able to hit me. With Psych Up, it would take the status of whatever Pokemon your opponent, no matter whether it's good or bad. So you get the good and the bad stats of it. So if they were to use evasiveness over and over and over again and, basically make it so you can't hit them, you would take that and you would be evasive and they wouldn't. So it really throws people off when they use something like Sand Attack over and over again. You steal their status. Very helpful. And then Morning Sun obviously heals you. So that's very helpful. Number 3. Sylveon. Sylveon has received a lot of love from the fans. She was the first fairy type that they really showed. She's completely immune to Dragon, and her only weaknesses are really Poison and Steel, which there aren't really a lot of. She has a high special attack and a high health and a high special defense. I came up with a good moveset for her. Disarming Voice, which never misses no matter how evasive your enemy is or no matter how low your accuracy is. Draining Kiss, which will take away some of their health and damage them and give it to you. Moonblast, which is a really powerful fairy type move. And Dazzling Gleam, which is also a very powerful fairy move. Also, Dazzling Gleam is the only fairy move that you can learn from TM. So, yeah, that's Sylveon. Number 2. Umbreon. Umbreon has been a fan favorite since Generation 2. He's a Dark type Pokemon and one of the best. His only weaknesses are Bug, Fighting, and Fairy type. Considering a lot of people don't use Bug types, all you really have to worry about is Fighting in the newly added Fairy type moves. And not too many Fairy types are out there. Not until probably next generation when they add a few more, but Fairy type is still very new. He has a base stat of 95 health and good defense and good special defense. Best moveset you want to use for him is Payback, which is if somebody attacks you or uses an item, you attack back with 100% power. Curse, which increases your attack and defense but lowers your speed, which makes them attack first, which works with Payback. Substitute, where they attack the substitute and it doesn't attack you. And then Moonlight to get your health back. That is probably the best thing you can get for Umbreon. You can get Baton Pass, but, why would you want to do that? You don't need Baton Pass for Umbreon. You could use it, but you don't need it. Number 1. Alright, at this point you probably realize that there are only 8 evolutions, 9 if you include Eevee. So, the number 1 evolution, can you guess? It's a shiny Umbreon. Because, look at it, it's beautiful. Don't you love it? Look how gorgeous it is. It's the most beautiful, majestic creature I've seen in my entire life. Thank you for watching my video. If there's any other top 10 videos that you want to see related to Pokemon, let me know. Also in the comments, be sure to share what is your favorite evolution, because these are just my favorite. But I love hearing about all the evolutions. I like them all, some more than others. But go ahead and share and let me know what you guys think. And be nice to each other in the comments. And you guys have a good day.